Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and today we're going to pull on the Ymir and More banner. I know that this is a pretty divisive banner, but I love Celica and I love this new OC, so we are going to pull today. So we will talk about this banner as we go along, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I want to start out by saying I am so sorry that I sound as tired as I do. I've been up since like really early in the morning. I worked all day and I'm recording this very late at night, but I had to pull, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, we got her for free. Oh my goodness, I am so happy. And we get a Floret. Let's check IVs. Holy smoke, she is plus attack. I am so incredibly happy with that. And she's like one merge away from perfection, so I'm really hoping that we can get another one. We're going to still pull every colorless that we see along with greens. But overall, I'm just so excited to see her so early. It's definitely a good way to end like a super long day. But I did want to talk about her being an ascended unit, and I totally understand why a lot of people are upset because I did think of the ascended units as being like fairly popular characters that maybe weren't lords, and she kind of breaks that tradition. But at the end of the day, I love Celica. She is my favorite character from Shadows of Valentia, and even though she makes some questionable choices in that game, I do that like every day, and I just really like her. So I was really happy with this alt. So in addition to pulling every colorless, we have to pull greens because I think Ymir might be my favorite new OC. They finally gave us a dragon god that I actually like. She is just so kind and her design is so beautiful. She attacks with butterflies. She is happy. I really can't ask for more in a character. And I also think she's going to be incredibly strong with that miracle effect and probably like pretty annoying to fight. But they did give me a character that I love, so I'm not going to complain. And someone should probably remind me of that when like I can't beat teams with her. But overall, I'm really happy with those two choices for the banner. But as for the other characters on the banner, we have Kamui, who I actually really do like, but I really don't want him to break my pity. So we'll probably try to avoid reds. And we also have Est on the banner, and I know so many people love her, but I've talked about her before. She is my least favorite White Wing. I really do not like her. I was disappointed to see her, but it was not unexpected given that her sisters got Valentian alts. But if we get her, she will be fodder. And I'm so sorry to all those Est fans, but I have to be honest, it is how I feel. But in addition to the characters that we have on the banner, I did want to talk about Atlas because he was actually on my bingo board for most wanted characters added to Fae. And he is a character that I've been waiting for a really long time. And I think that they knocked it out of the park with his art. I think they did an amazing job. And I would love to build him one day soon, but I really don't have very many feathers that I can commit to him at the moment because I have a lot of projects going on. But I would love to build him eventually, and I was super excited to see him. I was also a little sad that we didn't see Jesse. I feel like he's being left out, but maybe we'll see him next year. So I guess that does cover everybody on the banner, so we can probably answer our viewer questions now. And as always, if I did not get to your question, I am so sorry. I will try to do it in a future one. And if you think of a question you want to ask me, just leave it in the comments with #question, and I will put your question on my list. So our first question today comes from Anetta's Best Girl, and they ask, will you be playing more than just Golden Wildfire in 3 Hopes? Okay, so I have completed Golden Wildfire as of recording this, and I am sorry to say I will not be playing any other route. Unfortunately, I was very disappointed with my experience with the game for a number of reasons. One of them being that I just don't really enjoy playing Warriors games. I find them very repetitive, and while I was a Marianne main for the vast majority of the game with some Hilda and Holst as well, I didn't enjoy the gameplay. But there was a much bigger reason, and it was the writing. I was very disappointed with that as well. So for all those reasons, like if I want to find out what happens in the other routes, I'm just going to watch someone else play it who actually enjoys playing. But that's kind of my plan overall. Unfortunately, I was very disappointed. So I'm sorry if that's a disappointing answer for you as well. But thank you for that great question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one. And this comes from Jesus Arturo Campa. And this is also a 3 Hopes question. And they ask, hopefully by the time you see this, you've already finished Golden Wildfire. So what are your thoughts on 3 Hopes Claude? Okay, so in addition to all the reasons that I talked about for why I didn't enjoy the game, Claude was actually a major reason why I did not enjoy the route. I know there's been a lot of discussion about his character in Three Hopes, and I will do my best not to spoil anything if you haven't played it. But there are a lot of people that say that his character is consistent in Three Hopes with what he did in Three Houses. But I have to say, I really do not feel that way. It felt like oh my goodness, we got another one. Oh my goodness, I am so excited to see her. All right, let's check this one. And she's perfectly neutral. That will be a merge. So we will just keep going with this lucky question from Jesus. And I was saying that when I played Three Hopes, this Claude felt like a completely different character to me. Like I've always known that he was a schemer, but like this was just so different from the Claude that I knew and loved. Like the Claude that I knew and loved in Three Houses was smart and calculating, and he listened to other people, and he was open-minded, and I just did not feel that at all with this character. He just felt short-sighted and needlessly cruel, and honestly not that intelligent. I'm sorry to say it, but that's how it felt for me. Just like a completely different character, and I was just so disappointed. And in addition to all that, like the choices that he makes, the path that we take, just felt bad overall. I feel like the ending was also very rushed and just felt really icky. And so for all those reasons, I really did not like it. And so I don't want to like invalidate anybody's experience with Three Hopes. I get why so many people loved it, but for me, it was just a very bad experience, and I really don't want to experience any more. But thank you so much, Jesus, because that was a very lucky question. So let's go ahead and answer our next one, and this comes from Chris England. And they ask, if you were to do channel memberships, what would you include for the perks? And I'm also tempted to start playing Genshin Impact as I tried a Wish Simulator and liked it. So how free-to-play friendly would you say the game is? Okay, so to answer your first question about channel memberships, it's really not something that I have ever considered. And that is because I feel like my channel is mostly just me doing dumb stuff and recording it for hopefully your enjoyment. And I don't really have anything that I think would be like worthy of a channel membership. If I were to like put out something that were to be worth money, it would have to be like really worth somebody's money, or else I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So, so I really can't think of anything that I could offer that would be worth it. So if there's something that people would like really want with my channel, maybe I would consider it. But as of right now, I really don't plan on doing that. But thank you for asking. I really do appreciate that. And as for your second question about Genshin, I would say that it really depends upon what you want out of the game. I would say that as a free-to-play player, it's a very different experience as compared to Fae, because your free-to-play currency is incredibly limited in Genshin. It is not like orbs in Fae. And the wishing system is a little bit different. And if you're purely free-to-play, if you're lucky, you're maybe looking at a new 5-star every like 2 to 3 months. And you also have to consider like the 50-50 in play, and that's probably if you're hitting like soft pity every single time. So if you're in it just for the wishing aspect and you're free to play, it may not be the game for you. But if you enjoy the other aspects of the game, like the lore and the lovable characters and the incredible exploration, I would say it's probably worth your time to try out. It's a game that's very near and dear to me. I play way too much Genshin as it is. But I'm also not F2P, but I enjoy the exploration and the lore and the characters. And so for that reason, it's worth my time. So I would say maybe try it on a free-to-play basis and see if you enjoy it and kind of go from there. But if you do end up playing it, I really hope that you enjoy it. But thank you for that. Oh my goodness, we got her. Oh my gosh, I love that art so much. It is so beautiful. Okay, let's check IVs. Oh boy. You know what? We got her. I am happy. And, you know, we are really close to 40 at this point. So if we don't get like another one before then, I think that we can spark for her. But thank you so much, Chris. That was a super lucky question. And let's go ahead and answer another one. And this comes from Oscar or Ozzy. And they ask, what are your thoughts on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and who is your favorite from the game? Okay, so I am counting down the days at this point. I am so incredibly excited for launch, and I think that my favorite character that I have seen so far is Uni. She appears to be a healer, and I am always a healer main. I use Charlotte a ton in Xenoblade 1, and I just love her design, so she is my favorite so far, but I also love the designs for Noah and Mio. And I also am just excited for all of the story, and I think that it's really intriguing what they showed us so far. I think that the locations are beautiful. I think that all the designs are absolutely fantastic, and I just cannot wait to play. And so if I disappear for a couple days around launch, I am okay. I am just immersed in Xenoblade, and I am just so excited to play. But thank you for that great question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one. And this comes from Renegade. And they ask, who is your favorite Christmas cav duo and your favorite Christmas cav overall? So this is kind of weird, but I usually only like one of the two with the Christmas cav duos. But if I have to pick a duo overall, I would probably say Kent and Sane, just because FE7 was my first game and my first Christmas cav duo. And I do like them overall. But out of all of the Christmas calves in Fire Emblem, I have to say that I think my favorite is Stall, which I know is a weird pick, and I actually really hate pulling him in Fae, but he is a character that I actually really enjoyed in Awakening, and so I think that he is my favorite overall, and I really hope that they give him a good ult at some point because I feel like he deserves it. But thank you for that great question. And we get a Libra. All right, so we have 2 polls left, and we can probably try and sneak in another question, and this comes from Bob the Hobo is Cool. And they ask, if you could move anywhere in the world, where would you move to? So there are so many places that I would love to live, but I think that the best place for me would be like somewhere like Hawaii, because I absolutely adore the beach and warm weather, but I also really love technology, so like I couldn't be on any remote island. I really need to be close to things. But yeah, I think that would be my answer. But thank you for that great question. And we are at our 40, so let's go ahead and spark. And I think we should take Ymir. Yay! Oh my goodness, that art is just incredible. And we get the thing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and end things here. I am so incredibly happy with how this went, and I truly hope that your polls are just as lucky. And I also wanted to thank everybody that submitted questions. I really, really appreciate your support. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.